Imagine this. An 80-year-old guy, happy as ever, living his best life. Not because of luck, money, or some secret diet, but because of an ancient philosophy. What if you could do the same? Stick around, because today I'm revealing the 5 Stoic secrets that transformed his life, and they can do the same for you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to find joy, no matter what life throws your way. And hey, if you've ever felt overwhelmed, stuck, or frustrated, you're not alone. But this philosophy? It's been working for over 2,000 years. So hit that like button, because if you don't, I'll challenge myself to live like a Stoic monk for a week. The power of perspective. Is it really a problem? All right, let's kick this off with one of the most powerful Stoic ideas, the power of perspective. This is where everything starts. Jack, the 80-year-old legend in our story, learned early on that life doesn't care about your plans. Things will go wrong, it's a given. But here's the wild part. It's not the events that bother us, it's our thoughts about them. Ever had one of those days where everything seems to go wrong? Maybe you spill your coffee first thing in the morning, and suddenly your entire day feels ruined. That's your perspective messing with you. According to the Stoics, nothing is inherently good or bad. It's all in how you interpret it. Epictetus put it this way: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Jack says this principle saved him more times than he can count. Imagine living through a financial crisis, losing a job, or dealing with health problems at 80 years old. Instead of falling apart, Jack asked himself, what story am I telling myself about this? This one question was a game changer for him. Let me give you an example. Jack told me about the time he broke his hip. Most people in his situation would feel defeated. But Jack? He smiled and said, I guess it's time to get really good at using crutches. Instead of complaining about the setback, he treated it like a challenge, an opportunity to learn something new. That's Stoicism in action, shifting your mindset from victim to learner. Think about it this way. You can't control what life throws at you, whether it's bad weather, traffic, or unexpected bills. But you can control the story you tell yourself about those things. Instead of thinking, why does this always happen to me? You could say, all right, this is just life being life. I'll handle it. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose how you respond. Here's a quick trick Jack uses daily. Anytime something frustrating happens, like when the internet goes down, he stops and asks, will this still matter in a week, a month, a year? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. That annoying email, forgotten by next Tuesday. The car that cut you off, gone from your mind by dinner. Why give those moments so much power over your peace? And listen, I want you to try this today. Pick one thing that usually annoys you, whether it's traffic, waiting in line, or getting interrupted. When it happens, pause. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, this isn't a problem unless I make it one. I promise, that shift in thinking will give you more peace than you ever thought possible. By the way, if this tip hit home, smash that like button. And hey, drop a comment below. What's one little annoyance you're going to stop giving power over your mood? Let's build that Stoic mindset together. 2. Control the controllables. The Jack formula. All right, moving on to secret number 2. Control the controllables. This one's a game changer, folks. Jack's entire life changed the moment he stopped worrying about things he couldn't control. And guess what? Yours can too. Here's the deal. Most people spend their days stressing over things they can't change. We obsess about the weather, the stock market, other people's opinions, even the past. But as the Stoics teach us, there are only 2 things you truly control: your thoughts and your actions. The rest, completely out of your hands. Jack told me a story that really hit home. A few years back, his son lost a big promotion at work. Naturally, Jack was upset for him, but instead of spiraling into worry, he asked himself, "What's in my control here?" The answer was simple. He couldn't control the company's decision, but he could control how he supported his son. Instead of wasting energy on anger or frustration, he focused on being a source of encouragement and love. And guess what? That made all the difference. This is where most of us get stuck. We confuse things outside of our control with things inside it. We think, if only I try harder, I can make everyone like me. Or, if I just plan well enough, nothing will go wrong. But the truth is, life is unpredictable. Even with the best intentions, things can and will go sideways. The Stoics remind us, you're not responsible for outcomes, just for doing your best. Here's a practical exercise that Jack uses. Draw 2 circles. In the inner circle, write down the things you can control, like your thoughts, your effort, and your attitude. In the outer circle, write everything else, other people's opinions, the weather, traffic, world events. Now, focus only on the inner circle. That's your zone of power. Everything outside? Let it go. Let me give you another example. Imagine you're preparing for a job interview. You can control how well you prepare, your mindset, and how you show up. But you can't control the interviewer's mood, the competition, or the final decision. So instead of stressing about the outcome, focus on doing your best during the interview. If you give it your all, the result doesn't define your success, the effort does. Jack likes to compare this to sailing. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. That's exactly what the Stoics mean when they talk about controlling the controllables. Focus on steering your ship, your thoughts and actions, and let the wind do its thing. And here's a pro tip Jack shared with me. Make peace with uncertainty. The Stoics believed that once you've done everything in your power, worrying about the outcome is a waste of energy. Jack says, if you've done your best, you've already won. That's a lesson we could all benefit from, right? Now let's get real. I want you to try this today. Think of something that's been stressing you out. Ask yourself, what's in my control and what isn't? Focus on what you can do and let the rest go. And hey, if that feels like a win, drop a comment below. I'm focusing on my circle of control. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button for more wisdom from the Stoic Life Recipe channel. We're all about learning how to stay calm and focused, no matter what life throws our way. Third, memento mori. Life is short. Love it anyway. All right, now let's talk about a Stoic idea that might sound a bit heavy at first, but trust me, it'll transform the way you live. Memento mori. It means remember you will die. Yeah, I know. That sounds intense, but stick with me because this is where the magic happens. When Jack first encountered this idea, he was in his 50s, stuck in a rut, feeling like life was just passing him by. He kept saying to himself, I'll get to that someday. I'll travel more later. I'll spend more time with the people I love when things calm down. But then, one day, it hit him. What if later never comes? That's the cold truth memento mori reminds us of. We don't know how much time we have. At first, Jack found this realization scary. But the more he leaned into it, the more freeing it became. Instead of fearing death, he started using it as a motivator. Jack told me, knowing my time is limited makes every moment more precious. And here's the thing. Once you accept that life is temporary, you start living fully. Think about it. How many times have you put off happiness, waiting for some perfect moment in the future? How many things have you postponed? Conversations, adventures, even small joys, because you thought, "I'll do it later." Memento mori reminds us, later is not guaranteed. Jack started making small changes. He stopped waiting for vacations to have fun. He found joy in his everyday routines. He stopped holding grudges because, as he put it, "I don't want to waste my time being angry." He even began calling up old friends and family just to tell them he loved them. And guess what? Those small moments became his happiest memories. Here's a simple way to use memento mori in your own life. Every morning, ask yourself, if today was my last day, how would I want to spend it? No, that doesn't mean quitting your job and blowing your savings. It just means being more intentional with your time. Don't wait to tell people you care about them. Don't hold back joy. And hey, I've got a challenge for you. Think of one thing you've been putting off, whether it's calling a friend, starting a hobby, or just spending time with loved ones. Do it today. And then come back and tell us in the comments what you did. Let's inspire each other to stop waiting and start living. The beauty of memento mori is that it doesn't make life sad or scary. It makes it precious. So the next time you feel stuck or unmotivated, just remember, time is your most valuable resource. Spend it well. And if this concept resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and join the Stoic Life Recipe community. We're all about learning how to live with meaning and purpose without waiting for the perfect time. 4. Voluntary discomfort. Train your mind, toughen your spirit. Now, let's talk about something that's a little less comfortable. Literally, voluntary discomfort. This is a Stoic practice that Jack swears by, and trust me, it's a game changer. The idea is simple. Train yourself to be comfortable with discomfort, so you're ready for anything life throws at you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone choose to make their life harder on purpose? But Jack explained it perfectly. Life will challenge you whether you like it or not. The more you practice handling discomfort, the stronger you'll be when real challenges come. Jack's first experience with voluntary discomfort was when he decided to take cold showers every morning for a month. At first, it was brutal. He hated it. But after the first few days, something amazing happened. It got easier. He realized that the discomfort wasn't as bad as his mind had made it out to be. And the best part? That resilience spilled over into other areas of his life. Here's the science behind it. When you deliberately put yourself in uncomfortable situations, whether it's fasting, waking up early, or going for a run in the rain, you train your brain to stay calm under stress. You prove to yourself that discomfort isn't something to fear, it's just a passing sensation. And once you're okay with being uncomfortable, you become unstoppable. One of Jack's favorite ways to practice this is by skipping a meal once a week. It's not about starving, it's about teaching your body and mind that hunger isn't the end of the world. He says, once you realize you can handle hunger, the rest of life's challenges don't feel so overwhelming. And hey, there's a bonus. That first bite of food after fasting, it tastes incredible. Another way Jack practices voluntary discomfort is through daily physical challenges. Even at 80, he pushes himself to go on long walks, even when he doesn't feel like it. He says, the trick is to do the hard thing first. Once you've conquered that, the rest of the day feels easy. Here's a quick challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, take a cold shower. I know, it sounds miserable. But trust me, once you step out of that shower, you'll feel like a champion. And the next time life throws something tough your way, you'll know you can handle it. Remember, comfort isn't your friend, it's your enemy. The more comfortable you get, the weaker your mind becomes. But if you practice being uncomfortable on purpose, you'll build mental strength that nothing can shake. And hey, if you're up for the challenge, comment "Cold Shower Crew" below. Let's see how many of us are willing to step out of our comfort zones and build that Stoic toughness. If you're loving this content, hit that like button and subscribe to Stoic Life Recipe for more challenges and life lessons inspired by the ancient Stoics. This journey isn't about living easy, it's about living strong. Let's grow together. 5. Amor fati. Love your fate, even when it's hard. All right, folks. Now for the final Stoic secret that helped Jack find peace, happiness, and fulfillment, even at 80 years old. It's called amor fati, which means love your fate. And I know what you're thinking. How can I love something if it's terrible? If life hands me failure, loss, or disappointment, how can I love that? That's the brilliance of amor fati. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about embracing whatever happens, the good and the bad, as necessary parts of your journey. Jack describes it like this. Amor fati doesn't mean I wanted bad things to happen. It means I've stopped fighting reality. I've learned to say yes to life, exactly as it is. Jack told me a story that blew me away. When he was 60, he invested a chunk of his savings into a business venture that completely flopped. He lost almost everything. Most people would have been devastated, and Jack admits at first he was. But instead of wallowing in regret, he leaned into amor fati. He said, "This is part of my story now. There's no point in wishing it away. I'll learn from it and move forward." That one mindset shift saved him. He didn't waste energy wishing things were different or resenting the past. Instead, he took what he could from the experience and used it to start again. And guess what? The lessons he learned from that failure helped him build a stronger, more successful business a few years later. That's the magic of loving your fate. When you stop resisting reality, you free yourself to grow from it. And it's not just about big failures or losses. It's about embracing life's small annoyances too. Jack gave me another example. He used to get really frustrated when his favorite hiking trail was crowded. But then he started asking himself, what if this is exactly how it's meant to be? Instead of seeing the crowd as a problem, he saw it as an opportunity, a chance to practice patience. That small shift made a huge difference. Here's the thing, most of us spend our lives resisting what we don't like. We complain about the weather, fight against change, or wish things were different. But all that resistance just makes us miserable. The Stoics teach us, what happens, happens. Your job isn't to wish it away, it's to embrace it. One way Jack practices amor fati every day is by reframing challenges as gifts. He says, whenever something goes wrong, I ask myself, what's the lesson here? How can this make me better? It sounds simple, but it's powerful. Suddenly, obstacles become teachers, and every setback is a stepping stone. And listen, you can start practicing amor fati right now. Think of something in your life that isn't going the way you want. Maybe it's a difficult coworker, a health issue, or just a plan that didn't pan out. Instead of resisting it, try saying, this is part of my journey, I'm going to make the most of it. It won't magically fix everything, but it will help you find peace, even in the hard moments. Jack likes to say, when life hands you lemons, don't just make lemonade, love the lemons. Embrace the sourness, the difficulty, the unexpected twists, because that's where real joy lives, in fully accepting the life you have, not the one you wish you had. And here's a challenge for you. The next time something goes wrong, no matter how small, try practicing amor fati. Maybe you spill your coffee, miss the bus, or get stuck in traffic. Instead of getting upset, smile and say, this is exactly what was meant to happen. It sounds strange, but trust me, it works. Drop a comment below with your amor fati moment from today. I want to see how you all embrace life's curveballs. Amor fati isn't about passive acceptance. It's about actively loving the life you have, with all its imperfections. And when you do that, you stop wasting energy on regrets and you start seeing life for what it really is. A wild, unpredictable, beautiful journey. And hey, if this video helped you see life in a new way, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Stoic Life Recipe channel. We're all about learning how to live fully, love fiercely, and embrace every moment, just like Jack. Stick with us and you'll discover that no matter what life throws your way, you've got what it takes to handle it. Let's grow together. Catch you next time on Stoic Life Recipe.